Ms. Pingree.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much to all of you for being with us today and for your many years of service and dedication to helping us with supporting this department and making sure it works efficiently. First, I just want to thank the ranking member for asking some of the questions around scientific integrity, and I appreciate the fact that your report is coming out soon. Thank you for digging into that. There's been recent questions around scientific integrity and, is any information being shut down at executive branch departments? So it's very timely, but as you know, I also sent a letter in 2015 about allegations that researchers at the USDA doing research around neonicotinoids were being suppressed, and so I've had an interest in this, and certainly my constituents and others have for a while. So we'll really be looking forward to that report, and probably we'll have some questions when it comes out, but thank you for doing that. I just want to ask about a different topic. I think you know there's been huge growth in the organic market. According to the USDA's 2014 survey, certified and exempt organic farms in the United States sold a total of $5.5 billion in organic products back in 2014. That's about a 72% increase in 2018. So from my perspective, that's huge opportunities for farmers in my district, but virtually every district represented here has had farmers who have benefited from being able to sell into this markets, often with higher prices and less competition. So it's a great area for economic growth for our farmers. And it's not just specialty crops, it's commodity crops. It's really in every area. And there's no question we haven't been able to keep up with demand from the most giant of the food processors in this country to the smallest farmers markets. The demand is bigger than we can handle, especially for organic grains. So there's a lot of product being imported into the United States. According to the USDA, in 2013, the value of U.S. organic imports that are tracked was $1.4 billion. So that's 2013. There's been enormous growth, and we're already in 2017. So that's a lot of money. And consumers, more than anything else, want to know that the products that they buy are everything that they're paying for. And they want to know that imported products are grown to the same high standards that we require here in the United States. So I'm wondering if you've looked into organic products at all, but specifically this idea of organic imports. And are there things you're doing to assure customers that all of the organic products coming in from other countries are produced with the same organic certification?
Let me just quickly offer a comment. We do have some ongoing audit work on precisely that issue, which I'll ask Gil to comment on. I also want to note that on our investigation side, we have had a few cases over the past few years alleging that certificates or statements of organics have not been truly true, and we've had some very successful convictions and prosecutions there involving grains and fertilizers as well. So Ann might want to comment on those.
That's great.
Currently, we are finishing work on AMS's oversight of international trade arrangements and agreements. And the basic thrust or the objective of that work is to understand how AMS evaluates the equivalency of foreign countries' organic processes so that we know that what's being imported into the U.S. meets our standards as well. We expect that report to be out later this spring as well.
I was just going to mention that we just completed an investigation involving a fraud scheme where a producer basically was claiming that his product, which was alfalfa, was organic, but in fact it was not. It was grown conventionally, and the profit margin that he obtained by being able to claim that his product was organic was over $2 million. So he was sentenced and convicted recently, and we got restitution of $3 million. So we do pursue those investigations when we become aware of them, although we haven't had any related to the import, but I anticipate probably that will be something we're looking at in the future.
Well, I do appreciate that, and I'm aware of some of the investigations you've done in the United States, and I think those are critically important because, as we know, inputs and the techniques that are used for organic processing can be much more expensive. So it's devastating to those farmers who play by the rules, and it's devastating consumers because this has been a very protected brand, and anything that happens to sort of lose that credibility of the brand, I think, is a real loss to those farmers. Again, it's a great market for the farmers who are able to participate in it. There's still a lot of competition there. The prices are better. So it's been my contention that the USDA, and this isn't your side of it, but that the USDA should be doing more to assist farmers with organic research, with organic transition, making it easier for farmers to get into what is sometimes a challenge to change to. And I think one of the critically important facts to have is, because so much is being bought in the foreign market, an understanding of how much of that is actually, fraudulent, how much is being purchased today that really isn't up to the same standards. It's something consumers want to know, but I think it's also a fact that could help push the USDA to assist more farmers in moving to the organic market. So I'm way out of time, but thank you very much for the work you're doing, and I'll look forward to following up on what you're seeing in the foreign imports.
Thank you. Mr. Palazzo.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman.